It's it's Visa Day today. Or at
What's that?
least it's Visa Day, right? Like the Buddha awakening day. That's what they call it.
I think it's tomorrow.
Oh, I'm not sure of any. I'm not.
Like the 23rd. It's well in here. It's still the 22nd day.
I see.
Yeah. I don't know any Buddhist holidays really. Every moment is a Buddhist holiday.
Oh, that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, that's my cop out for not wanting to study Buddhist holiday. Yeah.
Yeah,
But you guys,
I know.
go ahead, buddy.
Oh no, I was just saying I know that because it's a big day in Thailand. Like right now it's 2 a.m. where I'm from, but like so technically yesterday was a really huge day in Thailand. So yeah.
Oh, really? Whoa,
Mm.
that's wonderful.
Uh-huh.
That is wunderbar.
Do you usually drink coffee?
Oh,
Dhamma?
there's your face. Hi, bud.
Yeah,
I
you
drink
can
coffee.
see.
Yeah, cool
Oh,
hair,
yeah.
man.
Great.
Let's see here. Thomas has long hair too, huh, Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I'm
look
trying to-
kind of similar, aren't we?
Yeah, brothers.
Where are you located, Thomas?
I'm in
That-
Finland.
Where?
Finland.
Oh, in Finland. All right.
Where are you, Jonas?
I'm a little bit more in the south. I'm in Germany.
Germany. Okay. Cool. And I think Ivan, where are you from? Malaysia?
Yes, Malaysia. We talked last time, but yeah, Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finland must have some good black metal music, huh?
Yeah, there's yeah. I think it had the most amount of metal bands per like population, like so yeah. I think I don't know. I guess you don't hear it that much.
Ah,
Depending where you go, I think it's a bit like that.
oh, it's probably mostly in like the Netherlands and stuff, or Iceland or something. I don't know.
Norway, I think Norway is
Oh,
the most.
Norway. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I used to play metal. And I was in a black metal band too, but now it's too unhappy to play that. So
We got to create a Dhamma black metal band.
yeah.
That would be awesome. We could make some cool artwork on album covers. Wow.
So, what's the word? There's a very famous song, right? Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven.
And then you just flip it around. Stay away from samsara or something like that.
Yeah, Stairway to Right Now.
Wow.
Stairway to Here.
That's really beautiful. That's really beautiful.
I was just in a parking lot. I was getting some groceries, or I was going to get some groceries. But instead of running inside, I knew I could get groceries later, so I just kind of chilled in my car. And it was so peaceful. And I was really thinking, like, man, the silence is so gorgeous. And being in nature, even though I was in my car, I had the windows down, and it's a beautiful day, and there's trees everywhere where I'm from. Very green in Illinois. And it was just so peaceful, man, at the silence. And then I was thinking, oh, I got to do the Dhamma call. And I was thinking, it's funny. I don't know. Sometimes I don't really know what to say on the Dhamma calls because silence is such a good teacher, you know?
I agree.
In the silence we have peace and we have harmony and compassion. There's nothing really else much that we need, really. You know?
I agree.
Maybe I'll go outside my front.
It really got me thinking about how, like, at least in my daily life, when it comes to working, I'm surrounded by noise, surrounded by a lot of just sounds that really irritates me sometimes. And I was wondering, is it possible in the midst of noisiness, I can find the silence? Like, I know the answer would be like just go to somewhere secluded, but my question is, if that isn't possible, like what can I do? Like,
Yeah, I think it's possible for you. What do you guys think?
Well, I think that even if we are in the noise or whatever, it might be also something else like bodily sensations that mock us or pain. That
yeah,
when we struggle with it, it all comes down to us kind of being satisfied with the way and like unsatisfied with the way things are.
yes,
And yeah, I also often have these moments where I think if this or that would be different, things would be easier, things would be better. And I think
yes,
it is just these moments where we can, yeah, kind of catch these thoughts or catch these feelings and sensations and say, well, it's okay, it's not that bad, it's fine how it is. So also maybe the noise that you have in your environment can be the teacher for you.
mm, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if it becomes too much, you can take a hike out of there.
oh,
Totally.
that's the part I mean, I take refuge in that understanding that I will only be here for like a few hours and then I can always, go back to seclusion, go back to celebrating the silence. But yeah, I think that's something I'm trying to get good at, which what Donna said, which is really just coming back to understanding like at least for me would be I tell myself like this could be worse. like as much as I dislike it, this could be worse. But yeah, I'm still working on it. But yeah.
And I like one thing comes to mind is what probably Dhammarato would say, that if you notice you're unsatisfied with the noise, first of all, congratulate yourself that you noticed it. Yeah, can sometimes be just enough to bring you out of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Such a good reminder.
Mm.
Totally. Yeah, noise is, yeah, in a way, if you're just satisfied even with noise, then it's like there's no real difference between the silence and the noise. It reminds me of the title of Robert Adams' book, Silence of the Heart. Like wherever we are, whether there's noise or not, it's like we can be happy, we can be satisfied, we can be silent, but it's not the silence of the noise, it's the silence of the mind, of the heart. And yeah, that's available to us anytime. I was reading Ajahn Chah the other day, and I really have got a lot of benefit from him talking about the water buffalo and how if it goes into your garden, if it tramples your garden, the water buffalo is like the mind, and if it goes into the garden, you gently hit it with a stick and like, come on, big guy, and then it goes right back on the trail where you want it to go. And the symbolism or analogy of going in the garden is like our mind getting attached to thoughts, feelings, emotions, and anger, jealousy, fear, whatever. And it's like we really do have the power to gently change our mind, get it right back on the right course. And it sounds so subtle and so simple that it loses, you almost don't even see the magic because it's so simple.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But when you really realize, like, no matter where I am, no matter what's going on, even if it's health stuff, financial stuff, whatever, I really can bring my mind back to letting go of these thoughts, feelings, and emotions and seeing them for what they are, which is impermanent, and if clung to, cause suffering, and empty of an ego or soul, a permanent ego or soul or self. And it really is such a blessing to, like, for once in our lives, not have to live up to other people's expectations, not even have to live up to our own expectations or society's expectations. Like, we really can be free of needing attention. We can be free of needing to be the best, whether it's the best Buddhist, the best Dhamma talker, the best teacher, the best whatever, the best student. We really can be free of this bullshit, you know? And it's such a amazing thing. Like, wow, any moment that my mind gets attached to emotions, that it does naturally, it's never going to stop doing that, we can guide it back on course. And sure, it will go back to the garden and try to eat our carrots and stuff, the buffalo. But that's okay, because it learns and it has muscle memory and it gets easy with time. And then you become a really good buffalo handler, water buffalo handler. And your buffalo learns too, the mind learns too, and it's just, it's all good, you know?
Yeah, I love the way you describe it. Like, it's okay if we go to eat your carrots. Like there's this sort of non-judgmental way of seeing the mind. I really need to use myself there.
I also, what you said reminded me a lot of when I read, it was this book by Ram Dass. It's called Be Here Now. Do you know it?
Oh, I love Ram Dass. I love Maharaji.
Right, and he talks about Maharaji, or Neem Karoli Baba, I think.
Yeah.
Name. And
yeah.
I think maybe it was also in one of his talks, but he describes the state Neem Karoli Baba is in as a state where he like always goes in and out, like from judging and back into unity, back into oneness. And this describes, I think, perfectly this thing of what mindfulness is, like practice, always remembering, like noticing and remembering, going back in, and you're not stopping to be like human and to have thoughts and to have emotions and get attached to things. You can notice this and get back right into being just fine.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. remembering to look and to change and to not get involved. Don't take things so personally. Don't take things too seriously. And we always say things like it's better than gold, or it's better than any amount of money, but really it truly is. And when we can appreciate that it truly is the most valuable thing, I think that's when people are really maturing in their practice. When they really see it as, because in this society, so much of our value comes from social media, how much likes we get, how much subscribers we have, how many people are paying attention to us, how special we are with this talent or that talent. So, and that's just not a Western thing, that's a whole world thing. You grow up, you want your parents' attention, you know? Who doesn't? Who doesn't want love and attention when they're little, especially from their parents? And we don't always get it, and some people get it less than others, and that's a whole bunch of problems that arise from that type of victim mentality, that I didn't get this way, things weren't this way, I wanted them to be this way, but they weren't. But as we get older, we see like our parents were just people, the people who raised us, and even society itself. It's just a bunch of people, you know, and they have flaws, and that's okay. A lot of our troubles, you know, maybe some, but most of our troubles, they're not personal from people, even people who are assholes. It's like, yeah, they're just assholes. Maybe they had a shitty childhood. Like, who knows? We don't have to worry about that. Now that we're adults, we can give ourselves our own nurturing, and we never have to worry about it going away or getting divorced or abusing us or judging us. Now that we're adults, we are the parents, you know? And that's what a lot of people are learning in the Dhamma is it's the practice of remembering that you're an adult already, remembering that you have the power. You don't need to rely on anybody or anything. Even the best teachers that you can think of, Maharaji, Dhammarato, Ajahn Chah. Like Dhammarato said before, I thought was so profound and awesome. He's like, his teacher, Ajahn Po and Buddhadasa, he's like, I think that's his teacher, Ajahn Po and Buddhadasa for sure, but he would even say they're standing on clay legs, meaning like, yeah, he respects them and he loves them, but at the end of the day, they can't even really help him. They can only help him in so far as pointing him inside of himself, the book between his own ears, our own ears and our own heart. And with the way the mind works, if you get into scholarly ways of thinking or over intellectualizing things, you're going to come across other Buddhists, other people who may disagree with you. I mean, how could they not? It's even though it's just all comes down to basically don't worry, be happy. There's a myriad of things in the teachings, like leaves on the trees, you know. It all stems from the same tree, but there's a myriad of different ways and views and styles. But ironically, those things aren't really important at all. Well, maybe a little bit. But the most important thing is our satisfaction, is dukkha dukkha nirodha. And that's what the Buddha always told us. You know, dukkha dukkha nirodha, that's the most valuable thing. And how do we achieve these Four Noble Truths? Through the Noble Eightfold Path. Remembering to look and remembering that we have the power to help guide our mind in a loving way, a nurturing, wholesome way. And when we do that, when we're becoming more relaxed, then our mind is calming down. That very practice is all the compassion we need for the world to heal the world. Because when we become a light, then other people can see with our light, with our smiles, with our good nature, with our good attitudes. with our beautiful effort and balanced way of living, simple way of living, people look at us and they're attracted to it, and that's what helps the world. You know, that's what helps others, is when we help ourselves, not in a selfish way, but ironically in a selfless way. When we're helping ourselves, that's the best way to help the world, because somebody practicing the Dhamma does not abuse, does not manipulate, does not take what they do not need and what is not really offered to a degree. You know what I mean? We don't, if there's animals around us, killing something is the farthest thing from our mind. We don't want to do that. When people need help, we enjoy helping them. When we ourselves need help, we enjoy helping ourselves. When nature needs help, when animals, when plants, when anybody, we help them. And it's a beautiful lifestyle. You always know if somebody is earnestly has their heart in the Dhamma. They're just very chill. They're very relaxed. They don't need anything. They're not going to be thieves. They're not going to be murderers. They're not going to be greedy schemers trying to make money. They're going to be like the peaceful Buddha statues, very peaceful and serene and happy. And that's going to help everybody. That's going to help all the animals. And we come in line, we come in the vibrations with the way nature truly is, the truth of nature. And it doesn't matter of, oh, what type of life do I have? Do I have good things coming my way in the future? Do I have bad things? We don't give a fuck. That stuff is irrelevant. That doesn't exist in our world. Good and bad. Yeah, some bad things may happen and some good may come out of it. Some good things may happen and it may end up, at first it was good, but then some really bad shit came of it. That's life. You can't pinpoint what life's trying to give you. That doesn't work that way. It's nothing personal. There is no bad. There is no good. The only bad or good is somebody who doesn't know that dukkha is the wrong path, that attachment to ideas, thoughts, feelings, emotions is the wrong path. If there was a bad, that would be it. And even then, that's not even bad, because then they have Dhamma friends, if they're searching, to help them through that, to help them with whatever problems they may have. What do you guys think?
I have a question, because this is something I struggle a lot with, or it often comes up for, like, when I meditate. Is this that I somehow have this feeling that it's not good enough, and especially this happens when, for example, I have like bodily sensations which might not be good, because I think, well,
what, like sexual stuff?
no, like pain, more like pain.
Okay.
That I think, well, I think that it's actually the wrong view, that that I think that I'm happy when I'm like not in, no, I don't know how to phrase it. Let me think about that one. It's, I don't know, this deep thinking that it's not good enough, and that even when I try like getting out of it, or like trying to like be okay, I feel I get so tense in trying to be okay. And this also makes me then unsatisfied, because yeah, I don't know, I feel like I'm not able to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, good enough. Tell yourself this. Tell yourself good enough is okay. Good enough is perfect. You know, you don't have to be perfect. Just be good enough, and that is perfect. Being good enough. But go ahead, whoever was talking.
Oh, I was trying to say, I think I relate to what Jonas was saying. I feel like if I'm hearing correctly, it's because when we are thinking about like am I really happy, or is there like why why couldn't I see this as good enough? It's like all these things we just get into the thinking, and something that I find helpful is just don't take it personally. Like it's hard to describe. It's like sometimes I stand too close to the object of meditation. Like I stand too close, so I just have to take a few steps and just like not my business. It sounds kind of irresponsible, as in like, but that's what I really find the relaxation really comes in. I say I don't need to control anything. Like I don't have to figure it out. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's just me.
It is interesting that you say like I don't have to figure it out, because this is, I also ask myself what actually is good enough. Like how like how do I know if it's good enough? You know what I mean?
Are
And
you
then
alive?
yeah, I am.
If you're alive, then that's good enough. And even if you're dead, that's good enough too.
So it's always good enough. Yeah.
It's always good enough.
Yeah, so I think sometimes I forget that it is really not a feeling or a thought or an emotion. It's rather a decision. Being good enough is rather a decision, maybe.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's your choice of happiness.
Mm.
In my practice, I have also struggled a lot with the attitude of not liking physical discomfort. And then it kind of really turned into this attitude of trying to fix them, trying to fix the sensations, and trying to achieve some state that is not there already. And then it just brings more dissatisfaction. So one thing that I sometimes like to do is just see if I can see kind of like it's almost like a frame around the sensations, the attitude, um, how it is reacted to what is happening, and I see if I can just kind of open it up to welcome the sensations with kindness and kind of like think that it's okay. I don't have to be afraid of these sensations. They're just sensations. Yeah, they don't really hurt me. There's no me that gets hurt by the sensations, and then that can really open it up. And if still it is just not enough, then changing posture, actually seeking some comfort with the body, and then practicing that way. Like for me, lying down usually helps, and then really gets the relaxing going on. Because usually if there's just a lot of trying to fix the sensations, it's just so much contractive and so much like tensing that it, for me, it's not that helpful.
Yeah.
I really agree. I sometimes I find like if I'm in that midst of struggle, and then if I try to pay attention to like, oh, do I need to stand up a bit? Do I need a drink? Do I need to like just this small little changes and quickly just makes me feel wholesome again. It's, yeah.
That's good, man. Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, there's not much that needs to be done. Society wants to give us all kinds of shit to do. And that's what's cool about the Dhamma. It's like you have the prize inside you already. You're the Buddha already. You're enlightened already. Me, Ivan, Thomas, Jonas. Sorry if I messed up your guys' names. We're all perfect already, you know? We're all Buddhas, you know. That's why it's good. It's good to look inside ourselves and how are we feeling right now. And a lot of people, if you can go inside of their mind, if you ask them that question, normal people, quote normal people, how do you feel right now? A lot of them say, well, I'm stressed about this. I got this in the future. This happened to me in the past. I'm depressed about that. It's like, but look around you right now. Sure, you might have a pain in your leg. Sure, you may have a bad past. Sure, your future may have some things on the horizon that you're not necessarily looking forward to. But who cares? Right now, everything's fine. You know? And yeah, problems are going to happen in the physical world, but they're not really problems at all. If you just say, I'm going to try to solve them when they come. Of course, there's going to be challenges in the physical world. But when we look at it as a fun game and just do the best we can, it's no longer challenges. It's just fun. Maybe it's challenging in so much as it's a challenging, fun game. You know? We're all going to get sick. We're all going to die. You know? We may be rich. We may be poor. We may be in the middle. Who cares? It's like you're on a roller coaster heading into a fire, and you could see the fires coming, and you're on the roller coaster. Are you going to spend the 10 minutes you have on the roller coaster complaining that your seat is not big enough, or that you wish it was cooler and it's not hot? No, it's like, well, we're all fucked. We're all going to die. Might as well have fun, you know? Might as well like look at the positive side of what's going on. And then we die, and it doesn't matter anyway, you know? Doesn't matter, you know? All these people who judge, all these people who we have high value of their opinions, even the most sacred Buddhist teachers, their skulls and bones are in the ground, you know? Where ours will be. And maybe in subtle different ways, but it's all the same. It's all nature. And in truth, nothing really dies. There's only life. We get so used to death in the societal world because we call it death, and as soon as we say it, it has this glooming bad thing attached to it. But what is death really? It's no different than anything else in life. It's just change. It's just change. Nature changes. Summer, you know, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall, winter, spring. Go walk around in nature, you'll see death everywhere, and you'll see life everywhere. And really, they're not different. It's the yin yang. You know, poor is the same as rich, black is the same as white. Yet they're subtly not, but yet they are. And you don't have to stop at one of them. Things can be all different ways at the same time. That's nature, that's Dhamma. You don't have to like it or dislike it or be in love with it or hate it. It just is what it is. Things change. But if you get caught up in this idea that my name is Robert or my name's Dhamma and this is my character that I created, yeah, when it gets sick, yeah, when it dies, you're going to suffer immensely because you got this ego that's like, no, I should be more special than I was in this life. I should make more money. I should have been more famous. I should have been this. I should have been that. And you're going to suffer. That's why I tell people, all the political leaders, they all want to build their golden statues, you know, so after they die, people can still look and worship them. It's so silly. It's so stupid, you know? So what if the whole world worships you? You think that's going to be the end of your problems? No, that'll just be a whole beginning of a myriad of different problems. There is no value in this world to attach to anything aside from the Dhamma. That's the only real true value, because who cares if you're going to live to be immortal? Who cares if you have all the money in the world? If you're not satisfied, what does it fucking matter? Better to be poor, better to be sick and to be happy than to be rich, powerful, and fucking miserable. That's retarded. That's stupid. You know?
I agree.
Doesn't make any sense. Better to be happy now.
It's such a simple teaching, actually, and I'm fascinated by it again and again. But that's also why I love the Dhamma talks, or just talking about it, thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
because then I get reminded that it's simple. And I noticed that like over the week or in between Dharma talks, in my mind, it somehow gets like harder and harder. And then I just hear someone else talking about it, or talk myself about it, and I realize again and again that it's pretty simple. It's a simple practice.
Yeah. It's like Zen, you know? There's the Zen masters and the students always asking him questions. Hey, what about this? And he's like, shut up and just dig your garden, or wash your bowl, or whatever you're doing, smoke your cigarette. Shut up and just live your life. But the student is always, but what about this? But what about that? He's like, just wash your bowl. And he's not doing it to be offensive to the student. He is teaching him the best thing you can teach, which is, when you're washing your bowl, just wash your bowl. That means you're satisfied with what you're doing, and then all those problems disappear. You know, when you're in the Sangha call, just do the Sangha call. When you're talking, just talk. When you're walking, just walk. And you ever notice that you lose yourself, you lose your ego when you are concentrated on an activity, when you're practicing remembering to look, mindfulness, you know? When you're sweeping the floor, I love sweeping the floor. Sure, it may be a pain in the ass at first, and I don't want to do it. But once I start doing it, I'm like, this isn't so bad. It was in my mind that I made it bad. This is actually peaceful cleaning. You know, this is actually peaceful. And Dhamma goes, like my name Dhamma goes away. My character goes away. My passions go away. What I think of myself goes away. And it's just me and a broom and the wind in my face and the beautiful trees. And that's heaven, man. Here and now. On this call, we're doing the same thing. The same heaven is here. You know? Yeah. We don't have anything to worry about. And what's cool is it gives us something to do, in a sense, because we can talk about how wonderful it is and help other people. And we can read the Pali Canon and get better at studying. And if for a lot of people, if they want to go to Thailand and become monks and do all that, go for it, you know? That's awesome. You're a householder, you can go for it. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
I was just wondering, because it's actually a simple teaching when you understand that it's simple. But in society, it's normal that I often come across people that are like, they suffer from something, and then they also suffer again because they say, oh, this is so bad, or I hate it, or it's shit, or something like this.
Yeah.
And even when I try to tell these people, well, it's all good, it's all fine, often they don't want to hear it, or they are more fed up because I tell them that. So how do you go about telling someone about the Dharma without being like so
Don't worry about it. You don't have to tell anybody about the Dhamma. You can tell people about the Dhamma from your attitude, from your behavior, from your smile on your face. You can tell others all about the Dhamma without mentioning Buddhism, without mentioning the Dhamma. Plus, it doesn't matter if they're on their own journey and they're at an ignorant stage where this is their ignorant journey. That's their business. You know, if you truly want to help them, do your practice, and they'll see your positive energy. They'll see your positive mind, your peaceful, calm energy, and they'll naturally be drawn to you. And some won't. Some will not want it. But we're not Christians proselytizing. We're not going after people. That's not our goal. Our goal is to be here and now. You know, and that's the best way. Just like that's what Jesus did too. He, you know, people who read the Bible, they say, "Oh, Jesus did that." Jesus, he hung out with people. He hung out with prostitutes. He hung out with thieves, and he was nice to them. And they couldn't believe it. They're like, "This like Messiah's being nice to me." Like everybody, they're like, "But I'm just like some person on the street who's like sick or whatever." And he showed them like, "Oh no, I'm like, this is how God should be, like really cool and chill and nice." And he didn't say like, you have to go to church on Sunday and you have to do this, and you have to read your Bible. He never once said that. He never once mentioned popes or anything like that. but people misunderstand him and say all this shit. You know? He was like us, Jesus. He was like me and you. He was like all of us, just chill, you know, nice people who want to make the world a better place. And we do it in the way by practicing ourselves and being very compassionate, simple, and joyful people, turning dukkha into sukha. You know, it's not a magical mystery. Oh, I wish I was like Jesus or the Buddha. You are, literally. You are. Because their essence was not their name or their past or their future. Their essence was peace, emptiness, silence. And even that's just words, but that's truly, you know, it was satisfaction. Satisfied people are very friendly. Look at most of us, if we're lucky, we have very nice old grandparents, you know, everybody has a grandma they love, or if you don't have a grandma, your friend's grandma. Why do you love them? Why are they so welcoming? Because they don't judge you, because they have a smile on their face, because they often give you candies and gifts. They're simple. They're Buddhas. They don't even realize it, but they are.
Yeah,
that's why we love them. Yeah. Do you love somebody who comes by you and is critical and judging you and saying, no, this is the right way and you should do it? No, nobody wants to fucking be around that. But everybody wants to be around a friendly dog or a grandma or a grandfather who has an energy of, I don't care that you're a fuck up. We're all fuck ups. It's all right. And then nobody's a fuck up. Everybody's a Buddha. Or Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, nature of the universe. You don't have to label anything, really. You don't have to label yourself a Buddhist or a monk or a householder. This is for ignorant people to say, I'm this, I'm that. Get rid of the I, me, my, mine, and then you become a Buddha. Then you're not worried about labels. No, you're a householder, I'm a monk. Okay, whatever you say. You have children, I don't. The monks don't have children. They have bowls, they have necklaces, they have robes. Tell them to give up their bowls and their robes. See what they do. They have children just like householders. Everybody's the same. Everybody's the same. That's what we're learning, you know? It's all one Dhamma.
I also want to say on what Jonas just said. I actually had a second question months ago, and Michael, the one who is staying with Dhammarato, he told me something about just give them a smile, and it sounds very kind of not really solving anything, but it starts to make sense more and more to me, because for me it's really hard to tell people something that, you know, like if I'm being honest, sometimes Dharma sounds really, it's so profound that it sounds so crazy. I really think it's impossible. And but a smile can convey so much. It just basically means all I have to do is just be kind and accepting. And you know, if they want to learn or if they want to know, it's up to them. It's like like Dhammadasa said, we are not Christians or trying to preach something, right? So
yeah, man.
I'm actually wondering that, I don't know, Dhammadas, if you wish to share how you kind of just flow the Dhamma. I'm wondering that in my, right where I am right now, I think that when the Dhamma comes, it just like flows freestyle. You don't necessarily plan what you will teach. It just comes out without kind of planning or really doing. Is that how you experience it?
Yeah. It's like a plant growing. It may grow to the left, it may grow to the right. Like Thich Nhat Hanh says, if the conditions are right, life manifests. That's nature. People are trying to find the Dhamma, but they're not realizing it's here. It's right now. Look around us. Yeah, but I have a pain in my leg. Yeah, but I have this bill that I have to pay. Okay, that's fine. but that's still the Dhamma right here. Oh, but I have thoughts. Yeah, that's part of the Dhamma. Can you be okay with reality as it is? Or are you going to fight it your whole life? Ajahn Chah said, most people spend their life wanting a chicken to become a duck, and they want a duck to be a chicken, to turn into a chicken. It's impossible. A chicken's a chicken, a duck is a duck. You can either be okay with that, this is the way things are, and live a happy life. But what if you tried to change that? What if you spend your whole life wishing, I wish reality wasn't like it is? It's a fool's errand. Reality is as it is. Can you be cool with that? And ironically, the more cool you are with that, in a weird way, reality kind of gives you a break. You don't take things so personally, you don't take things seriously, and things become easier. Goals you're trying to accomplish in the physical reality will manifest easier. Things tend to work out in your favor. Not always, but even when they don't, you're cool with it. So in a way, everything turns out in your favor. Everything happens according to your will, because your will isn't about changing the things around you. Your will is about finding joy here and now, satisfaction. So you're God, you know? Basically. Just find joy right here, right now. That's our true nature. Everybody, Buddhadasa Bhikkhu said, everybody's searching for a self. Oh, I wish I could be this. I wish I could be that. He says, if you want a self so bad, be the Dhamma. Be the Noble Eightfold Path. Be the Four Noble Truths. If you be satisfied. If you want to have something that will never die, there is one thing, the Dhamma. Because whether you call it death, whether you call it life, whether it changes, whether it stays the same, it's all Dhamma. So that's cool. It's a really comforting thing to think about. Is that, no, I'm going to die and then I'll be gone forever. No. Because wherever there's a little Buddhist, wherever there's a little molecule or the absence of a molecule, let's say the universe itself gets annihilated, it's all just the Buddha, you know, it's all just Jesus. It's all just nature. The universe isn't worried, oh no, there's a black hole over here, there's a planet over here, oh, what am I going to do? It doesn't care. There's no universe that cares about these things. It's just the way it is. Well, you guys are awesome, man. I think I'm going to hit the road. Do you guys have any last questions or anything you want to say?
No, this is amazing. That's all I want
Thanks
to
for
say.
the talk.
Cool. Thank you guys. I love you guys, man. I hope you have a good day. And yeah, this was awesome. Hope to see you guys next week, Wednesday. Same time, same place. Yeah.
May we
Yeah.
enjoy.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
All
guys.
right. Peace out,
Wish you a
buddies.
great day. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.
Thank you. Adios.